Welcome back, Foodie fam. Welcome back to Mashup. Welcome back to my Only Foodies page. It's going to be a fun one this week. I was going to make something on the smoker, but it's negative 14 degrees out. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick in the kitchen. It's going to be delicious. We got Chiefs Bills. We got Eagles Commanders. And I'm just doing it again. I'm playing around with buffalo sauce and blue cheese. So we're going to make a McRib, basically. And the McDonald's McRib ain't got shit. They should put this on their menu for the next week because we have a buffalo barbecue McRib with blue cheese. Like I said, instead of doing a smoked McRib, we're just going to do some oven stuff because it is negative 14 out. My smoker literally won't turn on. That's totally fine because these are going to be wildly delicious no matter what. We're going to use some buffalo sauce. We're going to use all three barbecue sauces. We're going to use KC combo. It's just going to be one killer recipe. Can't wait to make it. Mashup, AFC, NFC championship. Let's get after it. Especially for a sandwich like this, I absolutely love baby backs instead of spare ribs. I did end up not using all the pickles that I bought. I only used the regular dill pickles. The best flavor profile that you can possibly purchase, buffalo with blue cheese. And of course, I used all three of our sauces as well as KC combo. Normally, if I'm making ribs, I don't remove the membrane because I haven't really found that it does anything. However, because we're eating both sides of the ribs today, we're making sandwiches, you gotta remove that membrane. Just get a knife underneath it, grab a paper towel, and rip away. It's literally that easy. Give the ribs a once-over to make sure that there's no leftover bones or anything like that. Half the internet's going to agree, half the internet's not. It's just like regular life. Whether or not to use a binder. I did today. It is what it is. I love using Low Country Gold. I think it adds a touch of flavor as well as some nice caramelization. For this recipe, I used around 3 tablespoons of KC combo. Just shake it on liberally. And once again, it's cold as hell out, so we're doing these in the oven, so I'm wrapping right away. And I shortchanged that first one, so I had to go for round 2. Just make sure everything is wrapped up nice and tight. Those ribs are going to go for about 2 hours in the oven. So in the meantime, you're going to want to put all your condiments together. So initially, you're going to want to do a 1-to-1 ratio of the All-American mixed with Frank's Red Hot Buffalo version. 1-to-1, so I did about a third a cup and a third a cup. Should we talk about blue cheese versus ranch? I'm just joking, there's nothing to talk about. Blue cheese is better. Now for the blue cheese sauce, it's super simple. You're just going to want to use about 8 ounces of white lightning, about a teaspoon of lemon juice, and 3 to 4 ounces of blue cheese crumbles. Get that stirred up nicely and throw it in the fridge. We're talking about like competition style ribs. You want them to be bite through. So when you bite, not all the meat falls off and you get like a nice crescent that goes through it. This is what I mean by fall off the bone. After about an hour and 50 minutes, the ribs are almost done. You're going to want to take them out, unwrap them from the foil, and you're going to want to start doing your based dance. So what that's going to look like is that mixture of the All-American with the buffalo. You're going to want to do that initial base on the layer. On top of the fact, while you're doing this, you want to turn the oven to 500 degrees so that way you can get nice caramelization on that sauce. You're going to do at least 2 bastes, so you don't need to use a lot. You might be asking, why barbecue sauce and buffalo? Buffalo doesn't have the sugar content to caramelize. Barbecue sauce does. Plus, we're in Kansas City. We need some barbecue, and we're in Buffalo. We need some buffalo. Once that oven hits 500 degrees, you're going to want to put those ribs right back in there and put it in for about 5 minutes. They should get really tacky. Instantly baste for the second time and immediately put them back into the oven at 500 degrees for another 5 minutes. Again, you can use a really light layer here. And now you're all done. Look at those beautiful ribs. Obviously, when you pull them out, they're going to be crazy hot, so you're going to want to let them rest for about 10 minutes. This also allows it to recirculate some of that fluid so you don't get a dry rib. I mean, honestly, look at these. And like I said before, we're making sandwiches, so I want them to be a little bit more overdone than my normal ribs are. They should be fall off the bone. Look at how little meat is on any of those bones. And also, once again, because they're kind of overdone on purpose, it's going to be a softer texture. So therefore, you're going to want to make sure to toast your buns to get that nice crispy texture. No matter what, there's always extra for snack time. For oven-baked ribs, these are really good. Once those buns get nice and toasty, you're going to want to put them on the plate. I mean, look at that. Just a perfect toast. I did a layer of that blue cheese sauce first because that's going to hold the wet pickles in place. Next, we're going with those dill pickles. Aldi special, baby. Could have went with the spicy ones. Wanted to try out just the classic dill pickles here. Add a nice little crunch and that dill pickle flavor. Next, we're putting that buffalo rib right on top, and then we're going to immediately top that with some pickled onions. Honestly, I think I should have went with just regular red onions. I love blue cheese, so I added one more layer of that blue cheese sauce to the top, gave it a nice little squish, so that way it could actually fit into my mouth. Here we go. What? This is insane. I genuinely, I don't know what to say. This is crazy. Like I said before, the ribs were way better than I expected. So to throw that with all of those other goodies, this is top tier. This is top tier. The spice from the buffalo with the All-American and the blue cheese, the pickles, the pickled onions. What? What is this? Let's talk about why our Tailgate Foodie products really make sense in this recipe. So let's start with White Lightning. White Lightning with the blue cheese sauce is the perfect fit. You get the creaminess, but with blue cheese, it's such a strong flavor that mixing it with a little bit of that apple cider vinegar, it's just a nice combination. Two, Low Country Gold. So Low Country Gold is perfect for the binder. Like I talked about earlier, you don't necessarily need a binder. The reason I'm using it, especially in the oven, is because I want that caramelization. The All-American. The All-American is such a fantastic barbecue sauce because it starts off like that sweet Kansas City style that everybody loves. You get savory, you get a little pop of vinegar, just a touchy heat at the end. So pairing that with buffalo, it makes for a killer rib if you don't have the buffalo sauce. Thank you all for jumping in and watching our video about the Buffalo McRib for this week's NFL mashup. I did want to show you guys what the sauce boss box looks like. We just got it in. It's huge. It's beautiful. It tells you can replace all your condiments. I'm really excited about it. Inside, a first look at the official sauce holder for the Tailgate Foodie. We got a whole bunch of stickers. We got a t-shirt. We got all three sauces. This thing's awesome. Go to our website. Sign up for a free sauce for a year. You just saw all three of them in that video. They're killer. Sign up now. I think it ends February 6th. So you got a couple weeks still, but make sure to go on. There's a whole bunch of deals that we're going to be doing through our email, through social media. Check them all out. Go grab your entries for free sauce for a year. Thanks, guys. See you next week.